Okay, let's talk about how to apply Limelife by Alcone's wax-based foundation. The three tools that you could choose from. We have our 17 diffuser brush. We also have our foundation brush, which is 04, and then a Blenderful. So depending on how you like to apply your foundation, all three of these tools work amazing. I like to use the diffuser brush for lighter application. A lot of people like to finish up with their Blenderful or use it for heavier application. And a foundation brush also kind of gives you more of a medium coverage. So before I do that though, as you can see, I have some bruising that I need to cover up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the concealers. We have a concealer for redness, a concealer for your skin tone, a concealer for if you have dark circles or, in my case, some bruising. And then also a brightening concealer and a contour concealer. So concealers for lots of jobs. So I'm going to go in with a concealer 3 for the bruising. So I'm going to put that on before I even do my foundation. And I just swirl it in the pan, and 60% pigment. So it's highly pigmented and gives you great coverage. And it just takes a little. A little goes a long way, gives you lots of coverage, and it's waterproof, so it stays put all day. Look at that, covered that right up. And then I'm gonna go in with concealer 2, which is my skin tone color, and I'm gonna use that to prime my eyes so that I have something that'll cover up the imperfection and the colorations around my eyes, but also then prime my eyes for when I am ready to put on my eyeshadow. And I like to use the little mini diffuser brush to do this. Some people can like to just use their fingertip because it warms. It's, let's see, number 5 is the mini diffuser brush. And then if I had any like little spots that I wanted to cover up, I could do that as well with my number 2 concealer. I have a little weird coloration there. And maybe a little more here for this bruising. I'm going to draw on my eyebrows later, so that's okay. And like I said, if you had sunspots you wanted to cover up, you could do that as well. Then I'm going to go, so I've got my concealer on. Before I'm going to apply my foundation, I will go back in and do some brightening and contour concealer after I put on my foundation. There are 34 shades to choose from. I am going to use Olive 3 mixed with a little Olive 4 because I'm pretty tan still from the summertime. So I just take a swirl in my pan with my diffuser brush, number 17, apply it, let it warm on my skin, and then I can swoop it around. Now I could also, like I said, I could use the foundation brush, which is a flat little brush. Same thing, just put a little in on your brush, swipe it where you want it, and then move it around. So you can do little swirls up into your hairline. You're gonna want to get it down your chin, especially down on your neck. If your neck is significantly lighter, a lot of people, you wear sunscreen, and sometimes your neck and chest, this gets a little shaded, and so you might want to bring your foundation down. So little circles, little swipes, and then that's a light coverage. Now, like if you wanted a little bit more coverage, you could go in with your Blenderful and just twist it a little in your pan and then just press all over. And a lot of people like to finish their foundation application with a Blenderful just to get it setting on top of your skin nicely. So now I'm ready to add my brightening and my contour, and I love to use concealer for that as well. So I use my concealer 6, which is a darker concealer, and a little flat brush to just apply it where I want it. So just a swipe here, kind of high on my cheekbone. I don't want to go down into the well of my cheek. I'm aging. I want to draw the attention up. I'm going to put some up here along my hairline because I have a very large forehead. And then you can swipe a little under here to kind of make everything be pulled up. And then as far as my brightener then, I'm just going to take my fingertip into Concealer 0 and pop it where I want the light and bright. Some people also like to do the concealer, the dark contour along their edge of their nose, but I just like to generally brighten down the top. Some days I'll do it the other way too. And I'm just putting this where I want it, and then I'm going to, in a minute, blend it out. There we go. So once you get that on, see how easy it is to put on. Now you just blend. I like this little brush is 18, and I think it is actually a concealer or contour brush. But I'll go and do my darker shades first and blend those out. Make sure you get the chin going down. Sure you get it nice and blended. It's so creamy. It's wax-based. It sits on top of your skin. It doesn't ever settle in your fine lines or wrinkles. And because it's waterproof, it stays put all day. You're going to love, love, love this concealer. And the pigmentation is incredible. So you don't have to use a ton. It lasts forever. And just blend, blend, blend away. Okay, so I got most of my contour all done. Now for my brightener. Blend that out. And I did use, in my skincare routine before I started, I used Due Date with Champagne Glow Drops to give me that little bit of underglow underneath. I have very dry skin. And so I like to be very glowy, dewy, hydrated. Now, before I'm finished though, I'll want to set it with a translucent powder. I mean, I don't want to be shiny. And sometimes the Due Date keeps you a little bit on the shiny side. So if you just set that with your translucent powder, it'll knock down that shine, but you'll still be dewy and hydrated. Because dry skin tends to show your texturization. And as you age, textured skin is a thing because we're just older. You know, we've got fine lines and wrinkles. So there we go. You've got the foundation all in place. And now put a little bit of the translucent powder to just give you that airbrushed finished look and knock down any shine you have that you don't want. Now, if you like to stay nice and dewy, you could just leave it the way it is, right? Knock down a little bit of that shine. There we go. Foundation, concealer. Now I'm ready to go in with, I can go in with my eyeshadows, of course, do the eyes, but also some blush. I could even do a little bit of bronzer to give me a little more of a glow. Check out my next video for all the deets on the rest of the face.